problem between PlayStation and YouTube. But it doesn't explain why I'm getting kicked off talking to you guys. Why is it kicking me off the internet? That seems odd. Because the internet's up and running. So that would be the PS that's having a problem. I really don't want to...
PS?
PS4 is having a problem.
Mm-hmm.
It's PSing. It's having a PS moment. It's PMSing instead of PSing. Pissing all over the place. Pissing all over the place. That's all it's doing. Maybe there's a reason why Grammys don't stream. They just video their stuff, and that's all they do, because...
That's why everybody needs you, because you're the one. You're the one.
I'm the one. I just...
And everybody needs to fill that gap.
I don't know, like I said, there's the potty mouth grandma. That she does normal things, but uses lots of cuss words while she's doing it. So if we make it past 7 minutes, we'll be good.
Oh, you streaming right now?
Yeah, trying to stream. All right, so...
Way to let me know.
Foxbot's up. Well, you're talking to me. What do you need the stream for? I'm sitting in a cave like I've been doing all morning. Okay, silent bot. Here we go. Test. Delayed test. I got it at 720. It's running at 720, and I put 60 frames per second. That's what the encoder said it needed to be.
Mm-hmm.
And if this doesn't work, then SilentBot says we'll figure out what's the encoder issue, but I don't know why it ran Sunday for 4 hours and now won't run at all. I mean, that makes absolutely no sense, but...
Who's SilentBot?
SilentBot is Foxbot.
Yeah. Who's Foxbot?
SilentBot.
Who's SilentBot?
Who's also Nightbot sometimes. He came off of Old McReaper's. I met him off there, and it was a joke because he came on as SilentBot and upset quite a few people. He said he wasn't a troll, and a lot of people got mad at me. He was like, I'm not a troll. I'm just this dude that has, SilentBot. It's a name thing that was all messed up.
He's a troll. He's a troll.
He's not a troll. He's my buddy. He's helped me out so much. It don't matter. There are good trolls and bad trolls. What would a good troll be called, though? It wouldn't be called a good troll.
I don't know.
It'd be called something else. Like a giant
what happened, he went on to Reaper's ESO stream and started talking like Nightfall.
Yeah. That was what it was. Yeah, you were there, right?
Okay. Well, see, you did it to yourself.
I did to myself? What do you mean?
No, he did. He did it to himself.
Oh, yeah. But he apologized and was really great about it. And we're talking about SilentBot like he's not there, but he's there. Silent. I'm sticking up to you because he's awesome. He's great at software, and he's got some really cool pictures of MMS, and I think he plays Elite. Yeah, they wouldn't know the difference. They're kind of old people. Old people make, one assumption, and that's the assumption they go with. Because they old. And Boone's now old. He's, going to be rolling over the top of that hill pretty soon. Into midlife crisis day time.
I can't believe I'm have one more year until I'm 30. I know it's not old, it's just...
It feels
seems
old.
Weird that it seems weird that it's I am now gonna be out of my 20s. My entire 20s has come and gone, fucking that. And it's well, I mean, I'm glad I made good use of that time. Never getting that back again.
Yeah, well, that's what it is about time, though. You always think you have plenty of it until all of a sudden you're standing at the end of the hill, at the end of the lane, going, "Oh, how the fuck did I get here?" That hit me at 45. At 45, I was like, oh crap, I'm almost 50. What the fuck? What have I been doing with all my time? Because you always said, later I'll do this. Later I'll go to Ireland.
Right.
Later I'll do that. Later I'll do this. And then all of a sudden you're standing at that end of that road and you realize that maybe later is not going to be there anymore.
I forgot to ask for a landing. I'm leaving. I'm leaving.
Do they hit you when you don't ask?
Fire. Hold your fire. They give you a minute and a half to leave the area. before they start firing at you.
So Silent Bot, you're one of my best buddies here on thing. I got a couple. Boone is too, but you know, Boone can hold his own. He don't need nobody standing up.
I don't need nobody.
Don't need nobody.
Wait, who was someone was trying to stand up for me? Don't you fucking stand up for me?
That's right.
Don't you ever stand up for me?
Cold will stand up for you.
Why? Oh my God! And now someone's pushing me in there. There's a.
Get me.
You pay attention. Don't fucking tell me
My
to pay
daughter
attention.
loves me.
It's
cool.
Ships that you're just letting me fucking.
What do they make
push
it with?
Me back
It has
into
no
the
wheat,
space
no
station.
gluten, no egg, no dairy, no soy.
I was just talking about that last night. It's funny you mentioned the gluten-free cake because we were talking about it like a minute beforehand, and I was saying, I was like, listen, after hundreds and hundreds of years, now humans are allergic to gluten.
Sad.
Now gluten is such a problem for everybody.
Yeah.
Like, what happened? Now what are we gonna make bread? What are we gonna make bread out of?
I have a theory about that, about the gluten. You gonna put that in the? What are you doing with it? Oh, okay. I have a theory about that. Anybody who wasn't supposed to be here, like I should have died when I was little. You know, when I was 7, I was in the, I had to be taken to the emergency room with pneumonia, and 1.5 lungs were filled, and they told my mom that if they had waited, you know, 24 more hours, I'd have been drowning in my own snot. And my mom didn't know what was wrong with me. She just thought I had a really bad cold. I didn't have any of the symptoms. I told you, if there's a possible way for me to do something totally unlike everyone else, it will always happen to me. And then, so after that, so my theory is that all of us who have survived through medical procedures and stuff, we are probably the ones that are more likely to get the fibromyalgia and the gluten-free issue. My mom has celiac disease. She can't eat gluten at all. And she has it so bad she throws up. She has uncontrolled vomiting. So and then she got stomach tumors from it, even if she tries to eat. And then she got this other one, ticolitis, I think it's called, and that's in your intestines. And so now she
diverticulitis.
Yeah, now she can't eat. She can't eat nuts, seeds, anything like that, or it puts her in the hospital. I'm like, well, that. Obviously, you're not supposed to live to old age. And then I'm a carrier of Tay-Sachs. Silent Bot has an artificial right leg. Were you born without a leg, or did you end up meeting up with something that munched on your right leg?
Munched on his right leg.
What day is today?
Grammy's birthday.
It's Grammy's birthday. Awesome. I can't say. Yeah, thank you. Love you.
Type 7? Not getting it.
So I got gluten-free pizza, and they bought me gluten-free cookies and Hawaiian pork, which isn't gluten-free, I'm sure. They probably ate gluten. I don't, and my mom's so bad she can't eat sauces that have gluten in it. She can't take medication that has gluten in it. Oh, wow, that's really sucks. How old were you? The top part of my knee bone and all the way to my hip bone is artificial. The skin, fat, and muscles all still normal. It's only the bone that's been replaced because I contacted a bacteria which destroyed my bone. That was Silent Bot.
Oh,
wow,
man,
that must have
crazy.
been really painful, Silent Bot. I'm lost in my cave now. I'm healthy though. I'm lost in my cave. Yeah, so my theory is that all of us who should have not, I don't know about my mom, I don't know if I know that she had tonsillitis really bad, that she couldn't talk, and they thought that she was going to lose her voice box as well as her tonsils at the time when she was little. And then I have an aunt has fibromyalgia. But I'm a carrier of Tay-Sachs. And that's a nasty ass disease. You don't know what Tay-Sachs is?
No.
I didn't eat it until I watched NCIS had a thing on it, and right before I got pregnant, and I was like, after I got pregnant, they told me I was a carrier of Tay-Sachs. I was like, holy crap. Tay-Sachs is a genetic disease that is usually found in there's a way to say this, but populations that pretty much stay within their own. So a certain sect of Jewish population, Ukrainian Jews, a population of Chinese, and now they're finding it in a couple of other Asian ones. So it's highly destructive. The baby starts dying in the womb, but they're born. But by the age 5, they're pretty much dead. Silent, but yeah, nuts. I can see that stuff.
And you're still cooking.
Well, I'm just a carrier. Now, if I had met up with a guy who was a carrier as well, my children would have a higher chance. My daughter's a carrier. I don't know if my son is. We haven't had him tested. But so when they have babies, they're going to have the other mate has to be tested. Yeah, when I found out I was pregnant with my son, so my daughter was born, as a carrier, but we didn't, at the time, we wouldn't have known. And while what it is there's an enzyme in the brain that doesn't reproduce the necessary hormones to make the cells reproduce themselves. So what happens is after the baby gets to a certain age in the womb, everything starts decaying backwards. So they lose their sight, and it's the lessers that go first. So sight goes first, speaking. I think it's speaking, and then sight, and then hearing, and then brain function is what goes down, and organ function is last. So they'll still be alive, but there'll be no brain, and the organs are, So it does good to put them on life support. And they can usually tell if babies have it with, there's a thing called a red eye test, because babies with Tay-Sachs have have a little dot in their eye. But we just found out that you can also have it, if you're a carrier, you can get a adult version of that, and at the age of 25, you start deteriorating and going backwards. So I'm not sure how to get out of this cave. I'm lost in a cave. I'm lost in a cave, but we've been live now broadcasting for 12 minutes.
Well, there we go. So
I don't remember how long the first one was. I don't know. We're going to see if it goes all the way through. It's the encoder. What'd you say, Boone? I don't think you said what I thought you said.
What'd you just go? You just went into the cave to get some cover, and now you took a wrong turn?
Yeah. I think I dropped into the cave, so that's even worse, because if I dropped in the cave, I may not be able to get out unless I know how to fly. And I'm not a very good flyer. But it is called Lost Cave Planet, so obviously that's the way it is. I think I dropped in over here, and I can't get in. But we'll see. We'll see. I got no life support anyway, so I can't. This survival for me is hard. I mean, I'm sure it's hard for other people, but it's like, I thought that the first time I played No Man's Sky was right about, right after it came out. So that would have been August 12th, right? Was when it came out last year. So it's almost been a year since I played it, and I have 60 videos, I think, and most of them are me doing shit like this, getting either lost or walking a whole planet to fix a ship, or getting lost. What's the other one I did? I said there was a whole video of me trying to get in the space station, because I couldn't figure out how to get into the first time I came across a space station, I couldn't figure out what it is. It is called so what happened to Asylum Bot was called the Staphylococcus. I couldn't even say that. Staphylococcus aureus bacteria, whatever. Why didn't they give them good names? Why do they have to give them such loud spirits? Okay, so there should be a hole. I think this is the hole I came in. Look, it's stay outside. Alright, so we might as well try. Oh, my life support's offline. You know what that means, don't you? It means likelihood of me finding... Yeah, the likelihood of me finding my ship now is pretty much shit. Where is it? It's that way. This away. Alright, here we go. See, if I lose you guys, I lose the party chat first. So if I lose you guys first, that means I've been thrown off the internet by YouTube, is what I'm thinking. YouTube kicks me off for some stupid reason, then blames me.
They can't handle the Grammy. They weren't ready for it.
No Grammy. So nobody's really going to come to my chat now because it's all my stream now because we've had so many issues. They'd be all like, well, we're not going to bother with that. She don't know how to fix her screen. That's a woman for you. That's what happens when they get old. Women get stupid. I hate to tell you guys, I was stupid before I got old. I was a stupid teenager. I was a stupid child. And I was always getting in trouble with shit. I hit a parked car once.
That's it.
On my bicycle, I hit a parked car. Police officer. Oh, that's good. See? Dumb. Hit a parked car.
Well, Grammy, I wouldn't say you're stupid.
Nah, that's because you're being nice. Nice people don't call other people stupid. They just call them other things.
No, yeah. Grammy, trust me. You're not stupid. Because I do not tolerate stupid.
Well, and stupid, the real stupid people out there are the ones that, you know, have no common sense. I have a very high sense of common sense and a very good logical sense, but I do the strangest, odd, I'm so dinging sometimes that it's just because my brain's working in a different way, I know. We have jokes in our house, like, so I have always taken care of kids, of somebody else's kids or meth users' kids or things like that I've known, neighbors or whatever, right? So there's one little girl, she was such a darling little girl, but she never quite thought things out before she talked about them. So she was even worse than I was at that. So one of the girls comes over and was talking about tiger eggs, right? Because she wanted to have a tiger. Oh, there it goes, it died. I never get even close to my ship this time. It's closer, and I still can't get to it, so we have to figure out a different way. Maybe I should go across and around the planet, take longer, but go through the caves. That might work. Let's see. If you lose the part... What are you saying, Silent Bot? If you lose the part, you're... Why first that problem with the PS4, not YouTube? Yeah, that's what I was thinking too, but it seems to be connected. I think the only reason I lose the party is because it's connected to the internet, and somehow every time YouTube stops the internet, I'm kicked off the internet. But then you say, because if your YouTube problem, you wouldn't lose the party you were on. You'd lose YouTube. Well, if I don't run the broadcast, I can stay on. I was on the chat the whole time. We tried it. So, for whatever reason, if I'm in the chat and I'm live streaming, it doesn't work. Okay, I want to try something different here. That's where my ship is. It's 7 minutes away, but this is really bouncy, crazy thing. So we're gonna go around the world and see if there's a flat desert behind that I can come back behind. Hey, look! I've hit the next walking one. Drifter. Yeah, I think I've gotten all of these at once time because I've walked the whole planet. You know, I'm telling you, Silent Bot, I will find every silly, odd thing in the world, and you'll never understand how I did it. It will fix it, and it'll never happen again. That's just how it is. It's bizarre. It does it all the time to me. I've kind of accepted that part of life. Every time something happens to me, people keep telling me, but it's never happened to anybody else. We don't know why it's happening to you. We haven't got a clue. And I just say, okay. After about 40 years of it, you kind of just smile and say, okay.
Okay.
Okay. One example is I dumped my retirement money to move, and they were sending me a check. So they sent me a check. That's what they said. So then I called them. I don't know if my PS4 updated recently. It's a new PS4. We just turned it on last Monday. Was it last Monday? A week ago, yeah.
To the PG.
So if it's updated by itself, my son did download a game though. He just downloaded a game, and he bought it online, so it did it. So maybe that's it, Silent Bot. Maybe there's. I'll ask him if he, if it updated. This stream is gonna end at 3 o'clock though, so. Well, technically, I am the only one who has an experience like that because it's my experience. I mean, other people can have experiences like
Iceman.
Where's Iceman? Is he playing ED?
He sent me a party invitation.
Well, you can go. Or you can tell him to come here.
I don't know.
I'll still love you.
He's like, he didn't invite me to the PG. I don't know. I'm confused with what he's talking about. Then I got a party. Maybe he's like,
well, I didn't invite him because he wasn't online. You have to be online. I only invited everybody that was online, and he just got online. If you guys can invite him to the party. I think. If you can't, let me know, and then I'll invite him. Or it was just that he wasn't online at the time.
I invite him. Let's see if he stops in.
But maybe he just wants to play with you.
Well, maybe. I mean, I'm pretty close to stopping anyway.
Oh my goodness, this is where all the people hang out?
Hey,
this is my birthday
man?
party. Hi, Iceman. But I've been having a lot of difficulties with my PlayStation, so don't be surprised if you end up in the party with Wicked and Autobot, and that's it.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, that's all right.
Then I bounce right back. But we're at 21 minutes right now, so.
Okay, cool.
So it's fine.
Yeah, they've been sitting here just rambling.
By themselves.
About absolutely nothing. I've been barely talking because I'm just playing
whatever.
the lead, so I'm focusing on that.
Boone says he's leaving, so.
Boone's
got a date.
Boone
the baby's gonna wake up, is what's gonna happen.
Boone has started a private game on Elite and didn't even invite me.
Wait, what do you mean? I have to invite you?
Yeah, you got to include people into the private game. They just can't jump in. I included you in mine. Geez.
So,
well, I thought it was automatic if you were on my friend list.
We're not sure, but it may have been in the encoder, and I didn't have it at 60 FPS. So we're going to see.
Man.
So far, I haven't been kicked off yet. Silent Bot's taking care of it. He's cool. You should invite him to the science lab.
I made my home system in Diagundry or something like that. It has an awesome space station with like 15 ships on the market and almost every upgrade you can grab.
It's because I won't give up. I very rarely give up, Colt. I have to keep trying until I can figure it out. It's been a busy day. I'm sorry. Where you work, that might be an interesting concept. I'm 7 minutes. Let's try this way. It's the first.
Yeah, we're talking about all kinds of interesting stuff today.
I mean,
where in the chat?
No, at training.
Yeah, you went to training today.
Mm-hmm.
I remember. That's why I said
interesting stuff.
You went there.
Oh, you know, Americans with Disabilities Act. Use of force.
Cole, invite Silent Bot. He's over 18. He can come to the Cove.
That
in the science lab.
That had to be the most entertaining, thought-provoking experience you've had in your life.
Anytime you get a group of correctional officers talking about anything, they're going to take it in a direction you don't want it. So.
You know, I've actually been in a group of them, and I know what you mean. Yes.
Yeah.
Because I had once I did I had to stand up in front of a bunch of correctional officers, probation officers, and juvenile people who worked with juvenile offenders for mental health, and yeah, interesting conversations always, and argumentative. That seems to be another trait, you know, is that, well, this happened to me, so therefore it must be so, and I would have to negotiatingly explain to them how they were